This is the VOA Special English Technology Report. What do Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and Larry Ellison have in common? They all made billions of dollars in technology, and they all left college. Now, a wealthy businessman is paying other technologically talented young people to follow that same path. Peter Thiel is paying them to drop out, or at least to stop out of higher education temporarily to work on their interests. He and his Thiel Foundation have announced the first group of what they call 20 under 20 Thiel Fellows. He says, "We selected people on the basis of a combination of having demonstrated intense passion about science and technology, and then having the drive to try to carry it forward in the years ahead." There are 24 people to be exact, because a couple of projects involve more than one person. One of the youngest is Laura Deming. At 12, she began researching ways to extend human life. Now, at 17, she has already graduated from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. 18-year-old John Marbach just finished high school. He hopes to use web tools to bring classrooms into the digital age. He plans to attend one semester of college before he begins his fellowship. Each of the fellows will receive $100,000 over 2 years to continue their research. They will also receive help from experts. Peter Thiel has a lot of experience with technology startup businesses. He helped create the electronic payment system PayPal. He was also one of the first investors in Facebook. He himself is a graduate of Stanford University and Stanford Law School in California. But Mr. Thiel says college has gotten a lot more expensive than when he attended school 25 years ago. You now have people graduating with $250,000 worth of debt, and they end up having to spend years or decades paying the debt off. The Obama administration is pushing college. It says over the next 10 years, nearly half of all new jobs will require more than a high school education. But Peter Thiel says many young people choose college for the wrong reasons. Talented, high school, what do? You go to college. Good in college, what do? You go to law school. Higher education becomes almost this way for not thinking and avoiding thinking about what you're going to do with your life. He says the young people he is investing in will, at the very least, gain experience to take back to school if that is what they decide to do. For VOA Special English, I'm Alex Villarreal. I'm Alex Villarreal with the VOA Special English Technology Report. Each year, Americans throw away millions of tons of electronic devices. That means business is good for a small electronics recycler in Chantilly, Virginia. Company president Jeremy Faber established PC Recycler. He spoke to us from the floor of his company's processing center. Workers were busy taking apart televisions, cell phones, and computers, anything electronic. Jeremy Faber says the flow of discarded electronics is only increasing. He says electronics recycling is the fastest growing waste stream in the United States right now. Recycling electronic waste is not a single job. Newer devices can be rebuilt and resold. Breaking down electronics into small parts for refiners to melt and purify is another part. Operations Manager Andrew Porter says computer circuit boards are rich resources for metals, including gold. Gold now sells for more than $1,300 an ounce. 25% of PC Recycler's sales come from selling parts to refiners. Refining companies pay more than $10 a kilogram for computer boards. PC Recycler can also increase profits by holding metal-rich parts until prices rise. Computers also hold private or secret information, and securing that data is the fastest growing part of the recycling business. Completely removing data from a computer hard drive is not easy. PC Recycler can remove data magnetically or completely destroy and recycle the drives. Discarding waste in a way that meets government environmental protection rules is also important. Old TVs can contain over a kilogram of lead, as well as cadmium, both highly poisonous. PC Recycler supports the Basel Action Network, which seeks to limit harmful waste and technology. The company says it does not export electronics to China, India, or Africa, where environmental rules are weak. Jeremy Faber says PC Recycler has been in business since 2003, expanding from waste management to other, more technical services. For VOA Special English, I'm Alex Villarreal. You can go to voaspecialenglish.com and click on the classroom to explore our new English teaching activities. You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook at VOA Learning English.
From VOA Learning English, this is the Technology Report. Computer makers are working on ways to persuade people to buy personal computers. Companies at the recent Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas talked about new developments like touch computers or laptops that turn into tablets. The chip manufacturer Intel made a surprise announcement at the show. Mike Fard says his company is taking steps to reduce power requirements on some processors. He says Intel is constantly trying to provide more battery life. Yet, sales of PCs are slow. Research company IDC reported that worldwide sales of PCs dropped 14% in the first 3 months of 2013. The company said this was the worst drop since it started collecting information in 1994. One possible reason for the slow sales is the rise of tablet computers, such as Apple's iPad. Intel and its competitors have sought to improve sales by offering new products. These include the Ultrabook, a thin, lightweight notebook computer which came out in 2011. But they have not lifted sales. Industry experts are also concerned about reaction to Microsoft's Windows 8 operating system. It was released last October. Bob O'Donnell, an IDC vice president, said the Windows 8 launch not only failed to increase PC sales, but seemed to have slowed the market. He has criticized the company for making radical changes, such as removing the Start button from the operating system. Windows Corporate Vice President Julie Larson-Green announced this month that Microsoft will release a Windows 8 update. She expects the first public preview of the update to take place in June. For VOA Learning English, I'm Laurel Bowman.
This is the VOA Special English Development Report. Diarrhea kills 1.5 million children each year. 1 in 5 child deaths worldwide. The only disease that kills more children under age 5 is pneumonia. Experts say diarrhea causes more child deaths than AIDS, malaria, and measles combined. New findings show it also kills more than 1 million adolescents and elderly people every year. Therese Dooley is a senior advisor at UNICEF, the United Nations Children's Fund. She says in addition to the deaths, there are about 2.5 billion cases of diarrhea among children every year. But a new report says 60% of those in developing countries do not get the recommended treatment. The report, appearing in the Lancet Medical Journal, is from UNICEF and the World Health Organization. It includes a 7-point plan for countries to use to prevent and treat diarrhea. The condition causes fluid loss and reduces the body's supply of zinc. This mineral is needed for normal growth and development. For the past 5 years, UNICEF and the WHO have recommended zinc supplements to treat diarrhea. They also recommend fluid replacement solutions made from what are called low osmolarity oral rehydration salts. Yet zinc supplements remain largely unavailable in the developing world. And the fluid replacement solutions can also be difficult to find. A leading cause of diarrhea in children is the rotavirus. Public health officials are now advised to include the rotavirus vaccine in all national immunization programs. But the vaccine is still not available in many developing countries. The report says new ways to expand the use of treatments are now being developed. Proposals include, for example, supplying treatment kits through community health workers or special campaigns. Experts say children with diarrhea should continue to eat and babies should continue to breastfeed. To help prevent diarrhea, the report suggests that children receive both the rotavirus and measles vaccines. It also calls for improving supplies of clean water in developing countries. Another prevention measure is hand washing with soap. Diarrhea can be easy to prevent. Campaigns to fight childhood diarrhea had some success during the 1970s and 80s. The authors of the report hope this new plan will help return the issue to worldwide importance. And that's the VOA Special English Development Report.